Hi guys, good day, happy Easter everyone.
Happy Easter.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Chief Zoom Media Show Easter edition. We are gonna be discussing about the challenge, right? Chase. Yeah, welcome to the show. We got Chase Escam, the founder of the ChallengeDac project. Hi Chase.
How's it going? Today, guys? Yeah, Easter weekend. So we're on another exciting edition of ChallengeDac AMA. So for you guys who don't know who we are, what we do, we're an application that you can find in the mobile store in Android or iOS, and we let people create and participate in smart contract challenges. So people are able to ask people to do certain online activity, and they're able to get rewards for those. And likewise, people are able to post challenges for people to do things online. And popular use cases include giving cryptocurrency for people who retweet your tweets, who like videos of yours, who like Facebook posts. So it's really, there's all types of things you can do with it. So, but on Friday, like we're doing right now, this is a chance for people, anybody can join our calls, ask questions about the project, and we do our best to try to answer them. And we also go over updates and let people know what's going on with the project. So for this week, we can probably jump right into it. And we were talking before the call started. One of the main things that we have going on this week is Pomelo. So Pomelo's been big for us, and this is our first time that we've participated in Pomelo. Can you guys see my screen all right?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Awesome. So originally, since we didn't participate in last season's Pomelo, we didn't really have a good understanding of what they meant as a public good. So for Pomelo is a crowdfunding system meant to give funding to EOS-based projects. And originally we set up a grant for ChallengeDac as a whole, but they came back to us and they said, okay, that's not a public good. So what we did is we decided to take pieces of our code that we thought was the most useful for the EOS community as a whole, and say that we were going to use the funds to audit and open source that code, which we did. And we got 2 grants running. And the first one is the ChallengeDac decentralized private key management code. And it's a little wordy, but for any of you who've been using ChallengeDac for a long time, you notice in the first, I think 3 or 4 versions, we had private keys, and we gave people private keys, and which is pretty normal in the crypto world. You know, a lot of times when you download an app or have some sort of wallet, you get private keys. But we were getting a lot of issues where people were confused. They didn't know what they wanted to, they didn't know how to use the private keys. So what we did is we eventually developed a system where we stored people's private keys in their device, in their secure enclave in their device, and it made things easier. I think it was a better system to onboard users, especially new users who aren't used to crypto. And then we haven't had any security issues. We haven't had any people getting hacked or anything like that. So it works well. So talking to the development team, this was one of the most valuable pieces of code I think we have to offer the community. And so far we've had, how many people have we had contribute? We've had over 27 contributions, and we've had 78 USD worth of EOS contributed to us, and then that will give us about $850 on the estimated matching pool. And then for you guys that don't know that how the matching pool works is the EOS Foundation has set aside $1 million, and they're going to distribute that $1 million based on how much each project gets donated to them. So basically, the more that you get donated to you, And there's other things that go into it too, like the number of donated, amount donated, number of people who contributed, and then different things like that. It determines how much you get from the matching pool. So long story short, the more funds that we get donated to us, the more likely we're going to get a bigger chunk of that $1 million.
Excellent.
The matching pool.
Sounds great.
Yep.
All right. So guys, if you're on the call and you have any questions, that's an opportunity for you to win yourself some CHL. Go ahead and ask your questions for 25,000 CHL after the call. Thank you.
Awesome. Yep. Yeah, I think we're giving everyone who's on the call, we're giving 25,000 E or 25,000 CHL2. And then if you have good questions and you ask other things, we'll give a little bit of a bonus too, you know. So we know that being on these calls a lot of times isn't free for people. You know, people have to pay for their data, depending on what part of the world you are. I mean, everyone has to pay for their data to be on these calls, but that's why we give out crypto, so people can pay for their data and accumulate some CHL too. And if the project takes off, we start getting a lot of users and the price goes up a lot, then the people who are able to accumulate CHL and keep it will definitely benefit. So we got that one going on. This is our private key mobile storage grant, and that's important code too. And I think the EOS community and the people using Pomelo don't realize how valuable this code is and how much this code can go to help other projects. We spent probably 2 or 3 years. We had to have a lot of trial and error, and we had to work on this code for probably a year. It took us a year before we realized what we needed. Then it took us probably another year to develop it. So there's years of work that went into this code, and it's not cheap to audit it, because we have to audit it and then we have to open source it. And that takes, I mean, to have a good firm audit it and make sure that there's no bugs and it's because as soon as we open source code to the community, people are able to look at it and look at if there's ways to hack it. So for our users' sake, we have to make sure we audit it thoroughly before we release it. And that, you know, that could be tens of thousands of dollars, especially if a good firm does it. So hopefully we start getting more funds on these Pomelo grants. This is for the private key management. And then the other one is for the smart contract reward pooling. So for you guys, well, originally we let anyone set up challenges. We didn't charge any tokens to create a challenge, but we had problems with spammers, and how we combated that is we started charging a little fee. And then what we did from there is we didn't know what to do with the fee, so we just stuck them in a reward pool. And now for you guys who play the spinning wheel, that's where the rewards from the spinning wheel come from, is from all the tokens that get taken. And this is when people create a challenge. But this is another piece of code that would be very valuable to the community. It's basically how to pool tokens from a smart contract. And we spent a lot of time on this one too as well. And it looks like we've had 20 contributors, and they're estimating that we're at 541 for for this one too. So, but I think if we scale up a little bit and get some more activity, then the chances of us getting more funds could be big. I mean,
yeah, that's what I wanted to share with the members, our community members that are online right now. All right, if you're listening and you're on the call, I want to urge you guys to inform your friends about the ChallengeDac grants on Pomelo. We need more people donating to the grant so we could have a good amount of funds that can help to promote and also to develop the app more.
Yeah.
So feel free to invite your friends and tell your friends about that. The ones that are blockchain inclined, so they can donate some EOS to the grants. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's looking at the numbers here. I mean, if we look at this project here, they've had $775 or yeah, about $700 of contributions from about 160 different contributors, and they're at 54,000. So, you know, I think reaching numbers like that is definitely possible for us. I think we got about 8 or 9 days left in this Pomelo season. So if we're able to get $20, $30, $40,000 for the project, that's going to really help us be able to audit open source this code. And then that frees up money for rewards, for other things, and lets us do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it explaining the importance of this code too. That's another thing is we say, oh, we have this mobile code or we have this smart contract code, and your typical user, you know, doesn't realize the value of that and how much value that could add to the community. So just explaining the value of that is important too. And we've had a lot people making videos. Actually, I ran a challenge asking people to explain the importance of this code here, and we've already had some of our users do it. We had Absulan, he's on the call here. He made this video on Twitter, a good video that I'll play.
The ChallengeDac decentralized private key management. The function of the private key management is actually used basically in cryptography, which is similar to that of passwords. Basically, it is used to sign transactions and as well often used to prove the ownership of the cryptocurrency. It will be a great opportunity for the EOS as a coin in itself to be more secured for the users who are holding the EOS coin, and as well as those cryptocurrency that also runs on the same DApp as that of EOS, the likes of Telos coin and ChallengeDac coin CHL, to also have a secure level by the holders of these coins, i.e. when they want to sign, when they want to perform transactions, as to make the user have the high level of their safety of the coin they are holding. Thank you.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's a very good one. That's a very good one in simple terms.
Yeah. So just putting these out on Twitter. Obey Niger, he made that video, great video, and then he tagged Pomelo Grants and tagged the ChallengeDac account, and then had the link to the grants. So just if we're able just to get that out in the EOS community and get more attention around these grants, I think we'll get more contributions. And there's been quite a few videos that were made. Here's another great video that was made.
Hello friends, you know the great development is going on ChallengeDac, especially the ChallengeDac mobile debt private key management. We can easily manage our keys, and that helps us to store our crypto more easily and securely. I think the release of the new code would benefit the US community. The success of ChallengeDac means the growth of US ecosystem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
So,
all right. I'm gonna share them on the ES community Telegram.
Yeah, because these.
I think I'll share. Yeah, I'll share the first one.
Yeah, yeah, sharing those, and there's some. Those are just two I pulled from Twitter, but I think we've had, I know, at least 10, 20 different videos like that, and people linking to our grant links, and you know, just getting those out on Twitter and getting those out, spread different places is going to help us. And even if we only raise $1,000, $2,000 or whatever, I think it's important for us this next week to try to do the best we can on Pomelo grants, because it's not only a funding vehicle, but it's a visibility vehicle too. So it's a way for other people to know who we are, what we're doing, and then it gives us the ability to learn from this season of Pomelo too, because they're going to have it sounds like every 3 months or every 4 times a year. So I think it's good for us to give it our best shot this round, see what we learn, see what we got to do differently, and then that's going to help us for the next following round, and which will be coming up here in a few months after this finishes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video about it. Let's say, yeah, tomorrow. I'll make a video about it.
Awesome. And then we got our trader CHL.
I already got.
What was that, Anthony?
I already got some videos on how to make and donate to those grants. I already got them out. I have one on Twitter, I think one on my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did you had a video of that, I think right when the Pomelo grants went live, showing people how they can donate and how they can can donate and how they can how the process works. So that was really useful, and just getting more of those, because the more of those that get made and the more of those that spread around, the more likely people are able to stumble upon our grants and learn about what we're doing and contribute.
Yeah. So talking about the trading, I think most people just think that CHL, it's just like some tokens where you get them and you cannot swap them. Most of our community members, we see them engage more in EOS challenges, Telos challenges rather than CTL challenges. So I just want to let the community know that as much as the Telos challenges and the EOS challenges are important, because Telos and EOS have already made waves in the big exchanges and in the market. CHL also is not just an underdog, though it's like an underdog, but being in the neighborhood of EOS and Telos, because on on exchanges like Alcor and Nudex, you can actually swap CHL for EOS. And if you go to DeFi Box and even your Wombat wallets, you can definitely swap CHL to EOS. So it's basically like it's the same coin. It's like swapping EOS to the US dollar. It's the same thing as swapping CHL to the US dollar, only that you have to swap from CHL to EOS and then from EOS, then you convert it, because for CHL, EOS is like the standard of conversion for us. So I just want you all to understand that you can accumulate as much CHL as you need, as you desire, and it will give you the same amount in USDC, because it's tradable and it's really, really feasible that you can make so much money from just handling little challenges like liking tweets, retweeting, following, sharing on Twitter. The same things, the same normal things you do on your social media platforms, you can just get them for free on the other social media platforms. But on CHL app, we actually give you value for your contributions. We actually allow you to earn for every contribution that you make to the growth and development of our community, be it sharing a tweet, promoting us in any way, or promoting your own personal business. We can also help you to promote your personal business and give you tokens. And also, you know that these tokens now, you can also get them direct to your wallet when you swap on the exchanges that we have been listed on. So don't think that if you get CHL is some useless tokens. No, it's actually real.
Yeah. And another thing too is the CHL token has a use case. So the more CHL you have in your account, on your ChallengeDac account, the more influence you have at getting posts to the trending page. So, if you have 1 million CHL, then you're going to have more control over getting posts trending than you would if it was, if you had 100,000 CHL. And you notice as more and more users are starting to come online and start participating, it's going to help the visibility of challenges to be trending. Especially that's going to be even more true if more people come on. And right now we have enough users where it's not too hard. Everyone's challenges are getting seen, but I am seeing the difference now where the challenges that end up on the trending side or start trending soon get a lot more participation. And that's also a good point, Anthony, with the CHL token. I know sometimes we might get more participation if we do a Telos challenge or if we do an EOS challenge, just because those are more widely used tokens. Those tokens have higher values per token and they have more liquidity. But just like you were saying, Anthony, you can take your CHL and you can trade it for EOS on Telos at a lot of different places. So don't think just because you get CHL, you're not able to trade it. You are. And another thing with CHL is a coin like EOS already has a market cap of what's the market cap of EOS right now? $2.5 billion. Telos has a market cap of $300 million, $400 million last time I checked. CHL has a market cap of barely $100,000. Some days we're at $80,000. So we have a lot more room to grow than those other projects. And I think, me personally, I would think that CHL has a lot better chance of doing 100x, going up 10x, going up 100x than EOS or Telos right now. So there's a lot more upside potential in a project like ours, which is still under the radar, which a lot of people don't know about still, versus a block or a token like Telos or EOS.
Yeah, and that's an advantage for our community members who are here now, because it's an opportunity for them to cash in early, because you have to stack your back and be ready, because you hear that the EOS EVM is coming soon. EOS visual Ethereum virtual machine on EOS is coming soon, and we don't know how big that's going to be. And definitely a rise in the price of EOS is definitely a rise in the price of CHL. So you people should brace yourself, pull your bags, because big things are about to happen around this blockchain, around this ecosystem, and around this community.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree with that. A lot of big stuff coming with the EVM, and even on Telos, I think now that we added Telos support about a few months ago, there's a CHL token on Telos, and we said, hey, can we use the EVM yet? And could we put the CHL Telos token on the EVM? And their CEO, the Telos CEO, I forget his name, but he actually retweeted, and because I put it in the form of a tweet, he actually got back to us and said, soon we're going to have that be available for, because right now I guess the EVM is only compatible with Telos, but they're going to start adding Telos tokens to the EVM too as well. And that's something that we talked to the EOS Foundation about too. So they're going to help projects like ours be able to be traded on these EVMs once they're out on the Telos or on the EOS side too. So that could be huge. That could be really great for us. I mean, I think EOS was one of the first projects to come out with a DEX, with new DEX. But what happened was it looks like most of the DEX action happens on the Ethereum side. So if you look at Uniswap, Uniswap does huge numbers. I mean, they do millions and millions of dollars of volume every day. So we were able to get on a Uniswap, or we were able to use the EVM so we could be traded with the ERC20 tokens, and that would be huge for us. And I think you could see a big increase in our price. I think that's one of the things that helped Telos was in the beginning of, what was it, 2020? They had a low, I mean, I think they were trading at 2 cents, but what happened is P tokens added Telos. They made a P tokens for Telos, and then Telos was able to get on Uniswap. And as soon as Telos got on Uniswap, then their price started skyrocketing, because then they started getting investment, and they started getting capital from the because there's a lot of money and a lot of capital tied up in the Ethereum community. So if we're able to tap or leverage that or get into that, then that could be huge for our token price.
Yeah, I think it's high time we list Telos on we list CHL on the Uniswap, and we can achieve that through P tokens.
Yeah. I mean, we've been after P tokens for we've been trying to communicate with them for quite a while, maybe a year. So if any of you guys can make contact with somebody from P tokens or get us listed, I don't know. I mean, we should put out like 1,000 EOS bounty for that. If anyone gets us on P tokens or does the legwork for that, we should put out like 1,000 EOS prize for that. Because that worked with CoinMarketCap. We were never on CoinMarketCap, and then finally, I think we put out a challenge or something and said we'd give 100 EOS out if someone got us on CoinMarketCap, and someone eventually did. So maybe that's something to think about. Maybe we should say, hey, if anyone can get us on P tokens, then we'll give you 1,000 EOS or something like that. But it's I just haven't heard back from them. I've messaged different people from them. We've tweeted them. I think we've even ran challenges where we had people try to tweet them and make a video, say please add CHL. But maybe if we just make a challenge, and
that can be possible, because the CHL app now supports Telos. I think you should talk with the Telos developers. They can inform you on how to go about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we gotten, well, both EOS, the EOS Foundation, someone from the EOS Foundation gave me the contact information of people at P Tokens, and the same with Telos too. So they've given me their information about who to contact, who's in charge of listings. And but when we reach out to them, I just don't hear back. And you know, they're a private network, so they obviously they add the tokens that they want to add and whatnot. But I think if we stay vocal and we keep asking them to list us, sooner or later they're going to listen to their users, they're going to listen to their community. And like we were saying, if they added us, that would be a big day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
now-
if you're on the call, I would like to remind you guys to make sure that you share the Pomelo grant links on your social media pages. Also, you should share the ChallengeDac application download link on your social media pages too. That will help the community grow and the project too.
Absolutely. And like we were saying, we're trying to keep these short and concise. So I think that's pretty much it. Is anyone got any questions before we wrap this thing up? If so, we can take them. If not, we can wrap the call up, because it looks like we've been going for about almost 30 minutes.
I see some new users here. I think you guys are joining us for the first time. Senator Winner 4 and Fabi Trump. I think this is their first time for being on the call.
Yeah, it looks like we even got a comment. Hello, I'm new to the community. I just joined this week. I love the project so far. So that was from Winner 4 and Senator Winner 4. And thanks for joining and being part and joining these calls. So yes, stick around.
Yeah. Welcome to the ChallengeDac project.
Welcome, guys. Hope to see more of you around.
That's always the key to growth, and a good sign is when there's new users. I mean, we always got to get new people coming on board, new users, and that's gonna be the key to our success.
Yeah.
Being able.
So I hope you have the app, Senator. I hope you have the app already. Yeah. You have the app, right? And Fabi Trump. I'm just seeing Fabi Trump for the first time. Bali, I'm seeing Bali for the first time. And Prosper. You guys are all welcome. Yeah, welcome to the community.
Yeah, awesome. So
all we do is all you have to do is download the application, the ChallengeDac application, or the Challenge EOS application. That's the name. Yeah, and you can start creating challenges with your coins, your CHL coins or other supported tokens. Yeah, you can create a challenge. You can create challenges with the app, geo challenges or task challenges with the app. And you can also complete tasks on the application to win yourself some cool tokens. So head over to the Play Store or App Store and download Challenge EOS application. And I bet you ain't gonna regret that. Thanks for coming.
Awesome, guys. Okay, well, thanks to everyone who joined, and we'll see you on the challenge application, and then we'll see you on the call next week.
Good one, guys.